Juan. Thank you, San Juan. So the one thing that I've gotten out of one of the main things I've gotten out of this is you folks are some of the nicest people I've ever met in my life. Since I've been in San Juan for a couple of years, I did another fabulous project in town, and was fortunate enough to tread right into this one. And what was it, like 9 months? So I guess today our baby's going to be born, and we're all here to see that happen. I learned a lot about the history in San Juan, being a local kid, but a beach kid. I would come to San Juan on Swallows Day, and I thought it was cowboys and rodeo and stuff like that. But as I peeled back the onion, and with Dan's direction, to find out the early history of San Juan, wow, what a story. How many stories are there? I mean, the Portola expedition, the Juanino thing, with the helping to build the mission, their craftsmen, the Indian village when they were living in paradise before the Portola guys showed up, and then the whole history. I don't mean that negatively. I mean, and then the whole history changed, but just the history of the entire valley. And then I was fortunate enough for them to offer me the Silvis Adobe to stage the 7 murals, and we narrowed it down to 7 stories. So they are the Portola expedition, the village, the first baptism, the Juanino craftsman building the mission, the Forester Ranch in that era, and the vaqueros roping a steer, and the vaqueros roping the grizzly bears, which is a pretty fun little quirky piece. So it was really a pleasure to deal with Dan. He had the foresight to bring in Matt Velardes and Steve Rios, who actually helped me get all the bells and whistles right. Because as an artist, when you put up a mural like this, the history mural, if you don't get all the bells and whistles right, 5 minutes after you have it up, an expert shows up and makes a fool out of you. So I was very grateful to get the help, and they were just wonderful to deal with, not only in the historical, to get the whole historical aspect of the story correct, but also the little bells and whistles on the jewelry and the costumes, the clothing, the era. I just learned so much, and I was so fortunate to be able to move the murals down to the Adobe and stage them there for a while and meet all the people in San Juan. This thing started out when Jefferson Perand and I and another girl that worked for me went to the city to Mayor Ferguson. We were driving around just looking at sites, and we ended up going in and talking to Mayor Ferguson, and she said to me, I kept saying, well, can you tell me what's going to go on in town for a 5-year plan? And she said, well, I can give you one phone number. And I said, okay, and what else is going on? And she said, you didn't hear me. I'm going to give you one phone number. And it was Dan's phone number. And so we started talking, and it wasn't quite time when we started talking, so we kept in touch over the years. I think it was 2 or 3 years. And then finally, as the city developed to the state it's where it is now, and the developments, it was time to put this history mural on the wall for the people of San Juan to enjoy, and also to get the culture right. We're making a plaque where we're going to have a QR code, and you're going to get to visit every story and get a Hollywood voiceover for 10 seconds, and then go to a See More button and go to the Historical Society or the village or wherever we determine people need to go. So it's kind of then it becomes a community art project, which is very good because it not only heals some of the past, because every small city, I do these murals all over the place, every small city has bumps and scrapes that people get into along the way, and so this is really a healing thing for the community to do a project like this. Plus it's educational for our children who are getting our culture taken away. So in the era, I think, of them taking them down, we're putting them up. So. Yeah.